let's move on to step 4. Under step 4, we're going to look at the question scenario. The question scenario. Having read the requirement to the question, you need to use the scenario, the narratives in the main question to answer the requirement. And as we all know, ACCA questions are not just straightforward. You would have to understand the scenario. So when you are reading the scenario, you will need to indicate the most important things you need to answer the requirement. So as we started, your first point will be read the requirement. After getting the requirement, you go to the scenario, and when you read the scenario, you would have to identify the important areas of the scenario trying to solve the requirement in front of you. So what I've done here is the same question, 4B score. I have highlighted the important aspect of the scenario needed to solve the requirement. Requirement A is telling us to estimate the effective interest rate cost using futures contract and using the options contract. So when you read the question, you will need to pick the necessary information from that scenario towards solving the requirement. So if I read the question just gave us the basis that following the collapse in the credit confidence in the banking sector, okay, there have been higher levels of volatility in the financial market around the world. That is a general information to you. You don't need this information per se in doing futures contract or doing options contract. Okay? This is specifically for 4B. So Phobosco is a UK-based company. It's important and has a borrowing requirement of 30 million. The interest cost we would have to pay will be based on how much you ought to borrow. And we need to borrow 30 million. So that is an important thing to note. That is an important thing to note. So we need to borrow the 30 million. The next question is, when are you supposed to borrow it? When are you supposed to borrow it? The question told you in 2 months' time. Okay? Requirement of 30 million arising in 2 months' time on 1st March. On 1st March. So if it is 1st March and now it's going to be 2 months from now to 1st of March. So we need to borrow in 2 months' time on 1st of March. Okay? And it's expecting to be able to make repayment of the full amount in 6 months' time from now. So if we will borrow in 2 months' time, and then we will pay back 6 months from now, then from the time that we borrowing up to the time that we paying is going to be a 4 months gap. You need to read these questions very well, because interest rate is expressed as a percentage. So if it's expressed as a percentage, then we will need to express it on the basis of percentage with respect to per annum. So if you are not borrowing for the whole year and you're borrowing for a period of 3 months, 4 months, there's the need for you to do the pro rata. There is the need for you to do the pro rata. Okay, so we are borrowing on 1st March, which is 2 months from now, and then we will repay back 6 months from now. So the period of borrowing is 4 months, which is important. Date is really important so far as hedging is concerned. Then the question also gave us a general information saying that the governor of the central bank believes that the interest rate is at its peak. Then the chairman of the Federal Reserve in the U.S. is also thinking that interest rates are likely to increase. So there is a conflict. Where do you stand? This is a general information to you so far as the question is concerned. But what is specific in solving this question is that the question said, in your judgment, there is now an equal likelihood that rate will rise or fall, okay, by as much as 100 basis points. Okay, 100 basis points. That expression there is really, really important. Equal likelihood means 50% chance that it will increase, 50% chance that it will decrease. How much are you expecting? You are expecting that change will be 100 basis points. And obviously, 100 basis point is expressed as 1%. So you need to also note that. That is the reason why I have actually used a different color for that. Then another important aspect you need to note is that LIBOR is currently 6%. And Forbes Co. can borrow at a fixed rate of LIBOR plus 50% or 50 basis point. 50 basis point. If it is 50 basis point, it means they can borrow at LIBOR plus 0.5%. So if we have to go and borrow now, how much should we pay? We paying LIBOR plus 50 basis points. And therefore, it would have been 6.5%. However, we are not borrowing now. We're going to borrow in 2 months' time for a period of 4 months. That is the reason why you need to link the important aspect of the scenario to each other. Now, another method we would have to use to solve this problem is to use the futures contract. And futures information is also provided. That's what I've highlighted as a red color. Okay? We need to pick up certain important things from the futures contract. The question gave us the contract size to be 500,000 because we know futures are supposed to be dealt in a standardized amount. So we can notionally borrow, in this case, on the basis of a 500,000 pounds. And the tick size is also given as 12.5, which is important. And March, June, and September contract are also given, and their corresponding prices. There is the need for you to watch out for this because you cannot enter into all these months' contract. You need to enter into one. So you need to take note of. The question also told you basis is also supposed to reduce to zero. As we know from futures, on the maturity date, the basis is supposed to come to zero. Otherwise, speculators will be able to make profit out of it. Theoretically, in actual sense, there could be that basis risk, though. There could be that basis risk. The second method we would have to use is the options. Options on the futures. And contract size is also given as 500,000 pounds. The premiums are also given, and 3 exercise prices are given. Unfortunately, with options, there will be the need for us to think of using the whole of the 3 exercise prices. They've given us for calls, and then for put options, the March, June, and September, they are premium. So there's the need for you to note it as well in order to know which month contract are you supposed to take and whether it should be a call option or a put option. Okay. So let's see. What have we learned about Forbes Co. after reading the scenario? You need to highlight all of that. That is what I have taken the time to explain. Forbes Co. is a UK-based company. They need to borrow 30 million. They have to borrow in 2 months' time, which is 1st of March. Okay, repay after 6 months from now. Okay, which should be 6 months from now, so it should be 4 months gap. Okay, then we expect the basis to fall. There's a likelihood that interest rate will increase or interest rate will fall. Okay, then LIBOR is 6%. We borrow at LIBOR plus 50 basis points. Okay, we borrow at LIBOR plus 50 basis points. The maximum interest we want to pay should be around 6.6%. Should be 6.6%. Okay, so that is what we've learned from the scenario. Okay, what have we learned about the futures and options contract after reading the scenario as well? You think of the contract size, the tick size, basis diminishing to 0, and then the time interval that is required. The time interval that is required. Okay, so this is the step 4.